Hello fellow Rangers, welcome back to another video. Today we are back once again on the kit build series where we got our lovely Sopwith Pup that we just finished in the last kit build episode. Yes, like I said in the episode where I'd said that this is going to be the aircraft next, because of its size and whatnot, I did say it would probably end up being a one episode aircraft, as essentially even when it don't take much to build these little World War and biplanes, and so took about 2 to 3 days, well about 4 days at the it took about a week, I say, essentially, or not 4 to 5 days. I'd done it in between doing other things as well, and I will be honest, I really did enjoy building this kit. It's quite small, so you don't really have to worry about the space of them, how much space they actually take. It's a lovely little thing, isn't it? Right. Fortunately, in our last, on one of my videos, essentially, the IF Cosford video, we were actually able to see an actual Sopwith Pup. Yes, it may have been a replica or not, I'm not going to say, because I have not looked at the registration of that one. But it's there, and we do have footage of it, which we'll play now.
The Pup, thought of by its pilots as the perfect flying machine, was used extensively by the Royal Naval Air Service and the Royal Flying Corps both at home and abroad. The first Pups reached the Western Front in the autumn of 1916, allowing the enthusiastic British pilots to maintain their hard-won domination until mid-1917, when newer German aircraft redressed the balance. No matter how good the German pilot was, when it came to maneuvering, the Sopwith Pup would turn twice to an albatross once. LT, later Major J.T.B. McCudden VC, British fighter ace. Officialdom hated the name Pup, thinking it undignified. They decreed the aircraft should only be referred to as the Sopwith Scout. This order did more than anything else to perpetuate the name Pup in history. Much experimentation took place at sea with Pups. Some were flown from tiny platforms built on gun turrets of cruisers, and on the 2nd of August 1917, SQN Commander Dunning became the first man to land an aircraft on an aircraft carrier when he brought a Pup down on HMS Furious. Dunning was killed on his third landing when his machine crashed over the side of the ship.
Right, fellow Rangers, yes, I thought doing the history at the same time of looking at that footage, it would make life easier, and just, it felt right. So, yeah, normally, some aircraft, you can, if you're lucky, you're able to find photos of them, of the actual aircraft when you build them. Some you can't, some you can. Some of them, the information is even getting difficult to get hold of. Some of them, not all, but some. For some reason, I'm happy to pay for the info, but when you try to get to that information, it's a bit of a nightmare. You would have thought by now it would be public knowledge, not hidden away behind us in somewhere. So I don't know. But literally, but fortunately, after some tracking down, I was actually able to find a photo from essentially over 100 years ago, of this very aircraft with its pilot, and it's extraordinary that I was able to find a photo of it. There's me struggling to find photos of, let's say, for example, a ME-262 from World War II, for example, or a Wellington, photo of a Wellington, or of a Spitfire from the war, World War II. But yet I'm able to find a photo from World War I of it, which don't add up. But anyway, I don't care about that right now. We've got an actual photo, and then we'll do the history of our Sopwith Pup at the same time. So let's get on with that.
Sopwith Pup, sent from England to No. 1 Aeroplane Depot in France on the 29th of March 17 and issued to 46 SQDN on the 20th of April 17. It went to B flight and was marked 1. It was flown by 2 LT/NH Dimmock who claimed an albatross out of control on the 5th of June 17. On a gunnery practice flight on the 26th of June 17, while being flown by 2 Lieutenant RLM Ferry, it force landed in a wheat field, overturned and was damaged. Ferry was okay. It was obviously not repairable in the SQDN and was returned to 2 ASD the next day. It was struck off charge there on the 5th of July 17.
Right, fellow inches, yes, pretty much, essentially, sadly, our example of a Sopwith Pup didn't sadly survive the war. But it did its duty nonetheless, and at least we know what happened to it. It's not like with the Wellington, for example, which was the last build on the channel. I have not been able to find out any information regarding the fate of that one. I know there's only 2 left in the world of the Wellington, but yet finding out the fate of it is becoming harder, and I don't see why. But still, it's not like you got you're talking about a person here. We're talking about an aircraft, and it's not like we're looking into somebody's personal history. We're looking into an aircraft service history. But anyway, we digress from that. Thank you, little Sopwith Pup. You have been a joy to work on. You will join our other World War I aircraft that we got in the cabinet. The likes of the SE5, the Sopwith Camel, which is the successor to the Pup, and the DR1. So, right. Essentially, from this part of the history video, I always do a small segment because I've also been given full permission to use the logo as well. Now, it's a small charity called Models for Heroes. Yes, Models for Heroes. They are charities set up to help British men and women who serve in the British Armed Forces with mental conditions such as PTSD, and help them out in general through the aid of model kits. It is an amazing charity. Last time I checked their website, they have built something like over 13,000 model kits, and they've helped a lot of servicemen and women, and I like that idea because without their dedication, I wouldn't have my freedom. And I, for one, I don't know about all you fellow inches, but I, for one, salute them for that. As essentially, we wouldn't have our freedom today without them. So we gotta look after our servicemen and women, and because essentially, life wouldn't be anywhere near having what we do and what we take for granted now. So there is 3 ways of supporting Models for Heroes. This is another reason why I like Models for Heroes. The first way is essentially, of course, which most charities do. You can support them financially, money way, which is fine. You can do that if you wish. Or another way of doing it is you got a model kit at home. You know you're never going to build it. And it's just going to be sat on the shelf doing nothing. Rather than it do nothing, and it's taking up space, essentially. So rather than you have something just cluttering up and then you end up either chucking it or whatnot, don't do that. Donate it to the Models for Heroes. You can send it to them and they will be more than happy to receive it. Another way, that's the second way. The third way, I know I've just cut it out for them, is these flying house tokens, which is normally here on the boxes of only Airfix. If you're part of the Airfix club, you can collect these and redeem a model kit. I am not part of the Airfix club, so I know the last few aircraft we've done have been Airfix, but I don't primarily do just Airfix. I do if a certain aircraft I'm interested in doing is another brand, I will do that brand. In as simple as that. That's why I haven't joined. But what you can do, if you like myself, who are not part of the Airfix Club, and you got these, you can also donate these to Models for Heroes, and they can redeem the kit. Essentially, it's a win-win. I don't have to worry about paying a subscription to Airfix, and pretty much I'm not getting any benefit out of these, so why not to help a charity such as Models for Heroes? It's definitely a well worth charity. I personally find it very, very honourable, an amazing little charity. They've helped out so many veterans, and I like that idea. We need to look after our servicemen and women, because without them, we're stuffed. So I'm going to make you drag out this last bit. No, I'm not that cool. Anyway, fellow Rangers, as the last bit of the video, you all know, if you're a returning viewer, you all know what this is. But if you're new, I have a stash of model kits. My father goes to them and picks whatever aircraft I do next. So I don't know, rather than me knowing already in advance of what I'm going to do, I personally rather him to pick. So that then it's, what is he going to pick next? And then it's the challenge of doing it from there. And I like that. So the next one is the one and the only, the Fokker E2 Eindecker. We're back. We're staying with World War One by the looks of it, fellow Rangers. But the Germans, the Germans. But no, this was a revolutionary aircraft for its time. But I won't ruin that for when we talk about it in the next video where we're building it, and then of course it'll be one episode to build it and the history video, similar to the Sopwith Pup, as it's not a big aircraft. So if you have liked today's video, please put a like on it, as it would be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as that would also be so much appreciated. But for now, fellow Rangers, till the next time, I hope you all take care, keep doing what you enjoy doing, and this is Lone Ranger, signing out.